138 Main Street, Ocherios. Masjid As-Sabr, Albany, St. Mary. Masjid Hussein, 3 Miles River, Westmoreland. Masjid Al-Haq, New Green Road, Mandeville. Masjid An-Nur, Port Maria, St. Mary. Masjid Al-Hisan, West End Road, Negril. Masjid Al-Taqwa, Newell, St. Elizabeth. Masjid Ibrahim, Riversdale, St. Catherine. Again, send in your questions and comments to islamradiojm@gmail.com. That's islamradiojm@gmail.com, or by text message to 892-1350. Thanks again for listening to the Voice of Islam. Peace be upon you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Let us ponder for a moment on these words from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and think for a moment about our beginning.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
12 noon.
It's credible and factual. The World at Noon on Nationwide 90 FM.
Good afternoon, I'm Andrew Cannon in the World at Noon for this Sunday, October 27, 2024. Minister of Agriculture Floyd Green claims that over 22,000 farmers have been given Hurricane Beryl recovery assistance. Bogwalk Gorge now reduced to single-lane traffic. 2 persons have been charged in St. James following the seizure of a firearm and ammunition in the parish on Friday, October 25. In news from the region, IMF projects economic soft landing for Antigua and Barbuda as inflation to ease in 2025. On the international scene, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu heckled by Hamas attack victims' relatives at memorial. While in sports, in the English Premier League, West Ham stunned Manchester United and Palace beat Spurs. The details after this.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
More than 22,000, that's the number of farmers who have been assisted under the government's Hurricane Beryl Recovery Program, according to Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green. Minister Green made the declaration during the handover of agriculture supplies to farmers at SCJ Holdings Limited in St. Catherine on Thursday, October 24. Mr. Green informed that inputs distributed to the beneficiaries include 50,000 chickens, comprising broilers and layers, as well as assorted seeds and chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides, along with fertilizers. The minister indicated that 3,000 of the recipients are banana and plantain farmers, adding that another 1,000 banana and plantain farmers will be helped over the next few weeks. He also reported that 630 hectares of essential crops have been planted under the program. These include cabbage, tomato, lettuce, carrot, sweet pepper, cucumber, and watermelon. Damage wreaked havoc on the agriculture sector by the Category 4 hurricane amounted to over $6 billion, with more than 48,000 farmers and in excess of 11,000 fishers affected. Meanwhile, as the Christmas season approaches, the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green, is seeking to calm concerns about the availability of chicken meat for the Yuletide season. Minister Green is assuring consumers that there will be adequate supply of the product. He further noted that the poultry sector is rebounding from the fallout experienced in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl's passage just south of Jamaica on July 3. The minister gave the assurance at the commissioning of the Caribbean Broilers Group's tropical broiler system at the company's Hill Run Farms, The Nest, in St. Catherine on Friday, October 25. He said that the ministry has been coordinating interventions with industry stakeholders, including providing chickens to hundreds of farmers to spur an early recovery in production. Mr. Green also informed that since 2014, the broiler sector's annual production outturn has grown by 25%, moving from 110 million kilograms to 138 million kilograms, thereby making the island self-sufficient in chicken meat. He said for the year, the sector is projected to grow by 3.4%. The minister also said that there has been significant growth in egg production, with the outturn moving from 166 million in 2016 to now being 255 million, while pointing out that table eggs are not imported. There is a call by the opposition People's National Party PNP for the Andrew Holness administration to state its position on the objection of Commonwealth leaders regarding the United Kingdom's stance on reparation. The call has come from Christopher Henry, Deputy Spokesperson on Foreign and Regional Affairs. Commonwealth heads of governments are expected to strongly object to the UK's position at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Samoa. According to Mr. Henry, the government should declare its position.
The People's National Party, PNP, calls upon the Government of Jamaica to state its position on the planned objection of the Commonwealth leaders at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Samoa in relation to the UK's stance on reparation to the nations which suffered from the transatlantic trafficking in enslaved Africans and the racialized system of chattel slavery by former European colonizers.
He said the position of the UK government is in conflict with that stated by King Charles III.
It is a known fact that on this matter, the British Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, who has been supported by his Chancellor Rachel Reeves, has indicated that there will be no such payment from Britain to any of its former colonies. This is in line with the postulations by former British Prime Minister David Cameron. This contrasted with King Charles III's declaration that Britain should seek atonement for its participation in the transatlantic trade, and the Commonwealth heads of government who have indicated that this is a subject that they want to discuss while they meet in Samoa at the heads of government meeting.
Christopher Henry, Deputy Opposition Spokesperson on Foreign and Regional Affairs. Mr. Henry is accusing the government of being silent on the issue as, according to him, there is still no clearly outlined policy indicating how Jamaica intends to engage if and when this topic arises at the meeting. The Boardwalk Gorge in St. Catherine has been reduced to single-lane traffic, this according to the police. The police have further stated that a large boulder has blocked a section of the roadway, and as a result, motorists are being advised to use alternative routes where possible. 2 persons have been charged in St. James following the seizure of a firearm and ammunition in the parish on Friday, October 25. They are Lico Maxwell, otherwise called Nico, of Flamsdale Garden, and Georgia Miller, otherwise called Queenie, customer service representative of Garland District, both in St. James. Mr. Maxwell and Miss Miller have been charged with possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. According to the police, lawmen were in the area when a premises that was occupied by Maxwell and Miller was searched. During the search of the premises, one Jason Ricard MC pistol with a magazine containing 79mm rounds of ammunition was found in their possession. They are both taken into custody. A question and answer session was conducted and they were both officially charged. Their court date is being finalized. To news now from the region. Antigua and Barbuda's economy looks set to experience a slowdown in economic growth while inflation is expected to cool and debt levels continue on a downward trend in 2025. That is according to a regional outlook report for the Western Hemisphere published by the International Monetary Fund IMF, with Antigua and Barbuda's real GDP growth expected to slow to 3.5% in 2025, down from 5.8% projected for 2024. This places Antigua and Barbuda behind several Eastern Caribbean pairs such as Grenada, Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Guyana continues to lead the region with a projected growth rate of 14.4% for 2025. On the other hand, positive news from the IMF suggests that inflation is expected to decrease substantially from 5.4% in 2024 to 2% in 2025, potentially providing relief for consumers and businesses. The country's trade balance is also projected to improve slightly, with the trade deficit expected to narrow from 10.5% of GDP in 2024 to 9.8% in 2025. On the international scene, a speech by Israel's Prime Minister has been interrupted at a memorial ceremony in Jerusalem to mark those killed in the 7th of October attacks. Elsewhere, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei says Israel's airstrikes on the country on Friday night should neither be downplayed nor exaggerated. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the attack following the barrage of Iranian missiles fired at Israel on the 1st of October was strong, precise, and achieved all its objective. An Israeli strike in Sidon has killed 8 people, Lebanon's health ministry says. And now to sports with the scores now from the English Premier League. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1 as Jackson opened the scoring and Isaac levelled, but Palmer restored the lead. Crystal Palace 1, Spurs 0, Mateta with the winner for the hosts. And West Ham 2, Manchester United 1, Somerville with the Hammers' first goal, while Casemiro, he had levelled, but Bowen, he scored a penalty late in the game. And now for a recap of the top stories making the news at this hour. The Minister of Agriculture, Floyd Green, claims that over 22,000 farmers have been given Hurricane Beryl recovery assistance. The Bogwell Gorge has been reduced to single-lane traffic. 2 persons have been charged in St. James for the seizure of a firearm and ammunition in the parish on Friday, October 25. Remember, you can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. Next newscast on the station will be at 5 o'clock, but stay tuned for the amazing word.
Amazing Word